are these people?
So this is kind of a breaking story. So this I kind of saw yesterday and it's kind of going, not to say viral, but I've seen the rounds on Twitter today. So I pulled this tweet from Zachary Foster, where he tweeted, as predicted, Israel waited till yesterday, yesterday being election day, November 5th, the date of the U.S. presidential election, to officially announce that Palestinians are in the process of being ethnically cleansed from North Gaza, doing Zionism quietly like clockwork. So we've seen this before. Israel uses a major event that's happening in the country, the Super Bowl debate, to commit a war crime, essentially. So so actually, I'm going to read what Zachary put down at the bottom. Over the next 48 hours, Israel will likely slaughter and ethnically cleanse Palestinians at an accelerated rate, especially now, weeks after the election. Time for U.S. presidential election day, so as to minimize the PR damage. In other words, not have it be
noticed.
covered.
Right, yeah.
Which is why we're going to cover it. This is a phenomenon that I call doing Zionism quietly. So we're going to read half of the Guardian article that he posted here. Come on. There we go. So it's written by Bethan, McKernan, and William Christou, where they report Palestinians will not be allowed to return homes in northern Gaza, says IOF. Brig General Izzy Cohen said in a briefing that aid would not be allowed to enter south of Gaza Strip, only be allowed to enter in the south, but not the north. So they continue. Israeli ground forces are getting closer to the complete evacuation of northern Gaza, and residents will not be allowed to turn home, the IOF has said. In what appears to be the first official acknowledgement for Israel, it is systematically removing Palestinians from the area. In a briefing on Tuesday night, the IOF Brig Gen Izzy Cohen told Israeli reporters that since troops have been forced to enter some areas twice, such as the Jahala camp, there is no intention of allowing the residents of the northern Gaza Strip to return to their homes. He added that humanitarian aid will not be allowed to regularly enter the south of the territory, but would be allowed, to regularly enter the south of the territory, but not the north, since there are no more civilians left. International humanitarian law experts have said that such actions would amount to the war crimes of forcible transfer and the use of food as a weapon. The Israeli army and government have repeatedly denied trying to force the remaining population of northern Gaza to flee to the relative safety of the south during a month-long renewed offensive and tightening siege. Residents are still clinging on in the north have said that the new operation has created the worst conditions of the war to date. Israel said that the push is necessary to combat regrouped Hamas cells. Right groups and aid agencies have alleged that despite the denials, Israel appears to be carrying out a version of the so-called General's Plan, which proposes giving civilians a deadline to leave and then treating anyone who remains as a combatant. It is unclear how many people remain in northern Gaza. Last month, the UN estimated there are about 400,000 civilians unable or unwilling to follow Israeli evacuation orders. On Wednesday, social media footage showed waves of several dozen displaced people carrying children and rucksacks are walking south through flattened areas of Gaza City. Many had not eaten in days. Huda Abdul Ayla told the Associated Press, "We came barefoot. We have no sandals, no clothes, nothing. We have no money. There's no food or drink," she said. At least 15 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike on the northern town of Beit Lahia on Wednesday. Al Jazeera reported, but communication difficulties meant there was no official account of the strike from the Gaza Health Ministry. Hussam Abdul Safia, the director of Beit Lahia's struggling Kamal Adnan Hospital, posted a video of patients fleeing from the top floors of the building as it was hit by artillery fire. Israel cut the territory in two earlier this year by creating what it calls the Netzarim corridor, separating what was once the densely populated Gaza City from the rest of the Strip. In Tuesday's briefing, Collin also confirmed that northern Gaza has now been split again to divide Gaza City from the more rural north. Resettling or permanently reoccupying Gaza is not official Israeli policy, but senior Israeli defense officials recently told the Israeli daily Haaretz that with no other alternatives on the table, the government is aiming to annex parts of the territory. So, yeah, it's just getting worse. And as you know, and as I said, this is probably not going to be reported heavily, even within our space, given that everybody is going to talk about, the election and analyzing the election and all that. But we have to remember, regardless if it was Trump or Harris, the genocide is still occurring. And at least now we know. So this is really Israel basically saying, yeah, we're committing genocide without saying it.
Yeah.
But, but basically they're kind of admitting, yeah, we are trying to exterminate these people, from northern Gaza. So very sad. Yeah, Trump is he gonna make it worse? Sure. But but the thing is Biden and Harris are still in charge for the next 2 months. So really even now, even during the lame duck session, they can do something. It's whether they're going to do something now. Within the last 2 months they're going to be in office. So we'll see, but not likely to happen barring a miracle. But it's a shame that we are still at this point, and especially given that I feel that this genocide has been normalized in part with mainstream media, that there isn't any more of an outrage over this, given what's happening.
When we talked about Israel's secret plan, how long ago? Seems like a minute ago, where we knew exactly what that general's plan was. Now they seem to be just implementing it further. Better do something quick.
Right.
Running out of time. So, but anyway.
So, like I said, just wanted to report on that story real quick, as it was a breaking story. So, but if you want to hear more stories like these, if you have a smartphone, please scan the QR code that you see on your screen, or you can go to the link at the bottom of your screen and type it in, and you can make a donation to the network as little as $1 will be really helpful to support our work here at INN News, as well as our colleagues here on INN. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as a way to fight this suppression on YouTube. And make sure you leave a comment and tell us what you think about this. And I'm just saying this, just because the issue of Gaza, and I'm actually, just as an aside, I'm seeing people ignorant as liberals basically being like, well, how many people are going to be talking about Gaza now? Like, we've been talking about it.
They will betray you.
Yeah, like we've been talking about Gaza almost nonstop every week. So we're not going to stop necessarily, even though I've argued I'm getting fatigued from talking about Israel and Palestine pretty much every week. But as I said, I'll argue now that with Trump in position to become, to get into the White House again, we're probably going to see a lot more protests, possibly, hopefully. But even then, it's like, and just these people, just idiots, because these are the people that will make the complaint, but I'm not going to see them on the street. So,
yep.
So the fake Twitter out of it can shut the. But regardless, help us get to 3K, so we're able to, so we're able to produce content like this, and you get to hear me cursing. And
yeah,
thanks for watching.